Well, all right. It is that time again on a Saturday evening. First Saturday of October 5th. And it's time to talk some ish, if you will. Crazy start to week 5 with the game that we saw on Thursday with the Falcons and the Buccaneers. A game that Chris didn't even watch, but he got the right pick. Go figure. Go figure. Well, he is trying to catch up. That is Anyhow, good evening. Happy Saturday night. Welcome. Talking ish with Chris and Mizzle. Mizzle hopefully will chime in, but he's on a very important assignment. He might come to us via live on location. I won't give it away for our viewers here, but me and Chris in studio. And glad you're with us here on this Week 5 edition, episode number 7 of Talking Ish. And glad you are with us. As Chris just mentioned, his beloved Seminoles are getting bewildered by the Clemson Tigers. And you can't see it, but I got one laptop. Well, I got one laptop on the Yankees and Royals. I got the other laptop on the Dodgers and the Padres. So I'm all playoff baseball in. And then after this show, I'll have perhaps my tablet on the California Golden Bears playing the Miami Hurricanes in Berkeley, since College Game Day was out in the Bay Area in Berkeley, California today. So, needless to say. But nonetheless, glad you're with us here. So coming in to Week 5 before Thursday Night Football, Chris had a better week with the pick. And we all had a good week with picks, but now Chris's record is 33-29. I'm 37-26, and Mizzle is 30-25. So literally a game lead for Mizzle over me, and a 4.5 game lead over Chris. So, but Chris, like I said, got off to the good start by picking the Falcons in a wacky, crazy game that took place on Thursday night. Which you can't blame Baker Mayfield, because Baker Mayfield played a fantastic game, but Kirk Cousins torturing the Buccaneers defense for 509 yards, setting a new Falcons franchise record for single yards in a passing game, which is quite insane. But they walk off in overtime with the 36-33 win, and the Falcons are officially in first place in the NFC South.
In a crazy NFC South.
Well, again, as we said in our last episode, the NFC South, when it comes to games against each other, they don't disappoint. The Falcons and Saints gave us that same thing the week before, and the Buccaneers and the Falcons do the exact same thing. So, like I said, it never disappoints when it comes to the NFC South playing against one another.
Never does. But I had a feeling going into the game on Thursday, I had a feeling that Atlanta was going to pull off I don't know if I could call it upset. Atlanta's been playing pretty good ball, and it seemed to me like it might be a shootout. And I thought
some might say they should be 4-1 if they got that call against the Chiefs on Sunday night that you and I were watching at the Casa de Vera.
Yep. They should have got that call. It's amazing to me how these refs keep their flags in their pockets when they want to and throw them when they want to. It's I think there's just too much of the game that is being missed by these referees, or I hate to put it this way, too much of a fix.
And it seems that's more so happening with the Chiefs playing in these games. And I really don't want to be that guy. I really don't. But it just seems like just is.
Let's say it's 4th and 10, and the Chiefs miss the pass. It's amazing to me how quickly we'll see a pass interference call. And I know I have plenty of friends that are Chiefs fans, And even some of them are saying, yeah, we get lucky. Okay, is it truly luck?
Let's go San Diego. Yeah, I'm being a big Dodger hater right now. The Padres just retook the lead 5-3 in the third inning of their division series. Yankees are up 6-5 against the Royals. Mets won today earlier against the Phillies 6-2, and the Guardians shut out the Tigers 7-0. Okay, but now real quickly, I want to get your thoughts on this wild, wacky situation that we have in the city of residence that you and I both call home. This whole interesting dynamic with Devontae Adams,
Yeah.
because you and I really haven't had the chance to talk about it, but just from what insiders are saying, that the fact that Devontae Adams, dare I say, has become a diva. Apparently, the inside track is that coaches and key players called him out, and apparently, like his friend, got butthurt, and thus here comes the trading request
Well,
as
I
the
mean,
steam comes rolling in.
the thing about it is, you have NFL teams that are, interestingly enough, going to say things about players, especially their own, um, to kind of either separate themselves from the team, or excuse me, separate the player from the team, or to you know put them on blast in the media to get them to move off of center. So, am I surprised about that? No, none whatsoever. And the thing about it is, you never know what is being said behind closed doors compared to what is being talked about in the media. So, who knows? Who knows what's the truth? I mean, let's be real. The ones that know the truth are the ones that are on the team. Those are the guys that truly know what's going on. But I mean, he's losing money every week.
Well, I mean,
Kind of, dude, really?
well, technically speaking, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Did you go with Atlanta last or on Thursday there, Will? Because that's who I had. If you listen to the other two, then I don't know what to tell you.
Well, technically, I went 10-6 last week, so 10-6 is pretty good last week.
That's respect.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I don't know what I went last week.
1, 2, 3. You went 11. You went 11-5 last week.
So okay, if I go 11-5, that's pretty damn respectable too. I mean, I don't get it.
Yeah. So
I love the
I
fact that
mean,
we kind of hocus pocus.
well, I mean, it is the season. It is hocus pocus. It is hocus pocus season here, ladies and gentlemen. My Bulldogs get back on track.
It is.
I took a week off from these BSS picking you. Well, whose fault is that taking a week off, Will?
Shout out to you. Take a week off, bro.
Shout out to Will Franklin for chiming in and giving us crap like he always does. But nonetheless,
now all you have to do is listen to the picks carefully, and then there's going to be some picks that these guys make. I mean, that we all make that'll be different from each other, and I'm sure that we'll have a couple of between me and Dub. I don't know about I was looking at his picks earlier.
Well,
I was trying not to let that influence my picks.
Mizzle did send in his picks, so in case he does not hop on, he did send in his picks, so we'll definitely read out his. And then my boy TY sent his picks too, so we just got picks all over the place here on this 7th episode of Talking Ish. But I know some people have asked me, do I want him on my team? The answer is no, because here's the thing. If you quit on one team, you're going to quit on another. That's just how it is. I mean, are we dealing with divas on my team now in Ayuk and Deebo Samuel? So it's like, why? No, I don't want to go through all the withdrawal. And plus, again,
You want to talk about a ninja that I'm mad at that would be Ayuk, because that boy has lost me a couple games this season in fantasy because he didn't put up any points. It's like, dude, what's this dude doing? He got paid and disappeared. Exactly. Exactly. He got paid and just disappeared. That's the other one.
That he did indeed disappeared.
I mean, they've been calling him to do 12 points a game from week 1, and I don't think he's scored 12 points yet this season in a game. Maybe in practice, but not a game.
Not a game. Talking about practice, man. Talking about practice.
Killing me, man. It's killing me.
You're killing me, Smalls. But either way, right now, I know Chris's Cowboys have been linked to rumors along with my team. But mainly, when it all boils down to it, we know he really wants to play with either of the Saints, well, of course, with his buddy Carr, or his buddy in East Rutherford, New Jersey, who just came off losing to the Broncos to where they couldn't score a doggone touchdown. So that remains to be seen, if you will. But nonetheless, we're here on episode 7 of Talking Chris, previewing week 5 of the NFL and just going back over the Thursday night game and talking about this Devontae Adams situation of will he, won't he, will he be traded, will he won't be traded. Don't know. That remains to be seen, but glad you're hanging out with us here on this first Saturday of October, if you will. Yeah, right? Yay. But Nashville, Tennessee will be partying all night tonight as the Elephants go down. The Elephants go down. Number 1 goes down as the Vanderbilt Commodores. Yes, folks, that is actually their mascot, a Commodore. But the Vanderbilt Commodores defeat the Alabama Crimson Tide by a final score of 40-35. Absolutely a shocker. Even though Mizzle, being the ace-hole that he is, said, well, maybe they got tired from playing Georgia. And Chris, for you, love you back, Will. Sleep well, my friend. And for Chris, Nicole says hello.
Tell a hello for me too, please. Miss you guys.
Appreciate Will coming in and hanging out with us, as it is almost 10 o'clock on the East Coast. But yes, big upset of shocking. Vanderbilt defeats Alabama 40-35, and of course, they jumped onto the field, tore down the goalpost. And this is the beauty that is college football, especially when upsets like this happen. The city, the county, the area, they just go overjoyed and just celebrate. So they will be partying well into the morning in Nashville, Tennessee. Congrats to the Vanderbilt Commodores program as they go to 3-2 on the season. Obviously, Alabama suffers their first loss of the year after beating Georgia. Here are some other scores here in the top 25. As mentioned, Chris's Florida State Seminoles losing to Clemson as they're just starting the fourth quarter, 23-7. Boise State with a double nickel on Utah State, 55-17. And for those keeping a Heisman watch on Mr. Genty, 13 carries, 186 yards, and 3 more touchdowns for the Boise State Bronco running back, if you will. All right. In the third quarter, it's number 4th ranked Tennessee up 7-3 over Arkansas. In the Pacific Northwest in Washington, or Seattle, Washington, it is Michigan ranked number 10. They're up 17-14 on the Huskies. That is late in the third quarter, about 3 minutes to go. In Minnesota, USC is up 17-10 on Minnesota. Of course, USC is coming in 11th ranked. Good one going on in Ames, Iowa. Iowa State ranked 16th. It's up 26-21 on Baylor. That's early in the third still. My beloved Bulldogs get back on track. They beat Auburn 31-13. Penn State beats UCLA by a final score of 27-11. Of course, Penn State coming in 7th ranked on the season. Missouri and Texas A&M, and it was all A&M as A&M busts out the whooping stick on Missouri 41-10. That was battle number 9, Missouri against number 25, Texas A&M. SMU beats number 27, Louisville 34-27. Ohio State wearing those ugly gray uniforms in at home against Iowa. Beat the Hawkeyes 35-7. Ole Miss beats South Carolina 27-3. 23rd ranked Indiana beats Northwestern 41-24. And of course, number 8 Miami in Berkeley playing the California Golden Bears. That's coming up at 7:30 p.m. And of course, last night we saw Oregon beat Michigan State 31-10. And a heartbreaker for the Rebels last night, but it was an outstanding game, 44-41 overtime. Syracuse gives the Rebels their first defeat of the season, just as UNLV was ranked 25th in the polls. And that's your top 25 going on here in college football. But we do have some very, very early morning
wide open.
I missed him. We have some very early morning football for you coming up on Sunday. As from jolly old London, we have the East Rutherford Jets taking on one of only 2 unbeaten teams left in the NFL. And certainly we did not have them being one of those teams in the Minnesota Vikings. Of course, Sam Darnold with a chance to stick it to the draft team that originally drafted him, and where you originally heard him say that I see ghosts. And for the Jets, some might say it is a must-win, and perhaps their season is on the line.
Watching another drop pass by the backup quarterback of the Seminoles, put it right in the hands of one of his wide receivers, and his wide receiver doinked it off his helmet.
That's not good.
Would have been a first and goal to go on the 5, and he dropped the damn pass.
Oh,
anyway,
wow.
As we're going through, and my Seminoles suck, for the Jets and Minnesota, I am going to take Minnesota. I can't go off of what you said and the teams that are undefeated until somebody beats them. You got to ride with them. That's not the reason I'm doing it, but I am going with Minnesota because I think Minnesota, out of the 2 teams, is a better offense and defense at this point in time in the NFL or in the season. Sorry.
Well, I would say that Aaron Rodgers is seeing a very familiar opponent after so many years of battling the Jets in the NFC North / NFC Central. But I like the Vikings mojo, and as much crap as I give him, and rightfully so, but right now, Sam Darnold has played well, and I think Sam Darnold wants something to prove, especially against the team that drafted him and in a sense kind of gave up on him. I also am picking the Vikings, but I'm still sticking with my man script. Until you get beaten, if you're undefeated, I'm going to ride with you, but I'm still going with the Vikings. My boy TY also likes the Vikings in the London game. And hold on, I'll give you Mizzle's pick right here. He likes... No, that's the wrong person. Here we go. He also likes the Vikings in jolly old London against the Jets.
Jolly old London.
So, what that means is, folks, the kickoff will be at 9:30 a.m. Eastern, which means 6:30 here in the West Coast, and if you're in Hawaii, that's 3 a.m. So, there you go. There you have it. Carolina Panthers and the Chicago Bears.
Carolina and Chicago.
Yes.
This is a game that I think is going to be one of those, who's going to get on the run on this one. And I'm going to go with Chicago. I can't believe I'm saying that again, but I think that Chicago has better defense. So yes. I am going to run with Chicago because I think they can put pressure.
Mizzle likes the Bears. TY likes the Bears. I'm going to make it unanimous. The Bears. And hopefully Keenan Allen will get the ball also. All right. Oh, this is interesting. Some breaking news here. Supposedly now that Christian McCaffrey could possibly make his debut for the Santa Clara 49ers in Week 7. And oddly enough, that would be against the
Against my
Kansas City
Cowboys.
Chiefs. No, the
Oh,
Chiefs.
against the Chiefs?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Cowboys have Week 7 off. We play you guys the following week.
Yeah. Ooh.
That's right.
I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to play you guys, and you guys have had 2 weeks to prepare.
Well,
That might
and
not
not
be.
to mention, we might also get after that. We might get Parsons back.
Yeah. That's not the right time to play the Arlington Cowboys. All
Oh,
right.
and I'm hoping that the Cowboys use this time. Well, anyway, we'll get into that later. Go ahead. Sorry, my bad.
All right. Some more interesting news. So Romeo Dobbs has been suspended by the Packers after missing 2 practices because he's butthurt of not being used in the offense. And for that, Mr. Dobbs, you get this. That's what you get. That is what you get. Okay. Now, I understand players want to get involved in the offense. I get it. I understand it. But here's my thing. Sometimes if certain aspects of the offense is working in one direction, sometimes that means you might not get the ball. But by no means does that mean don't be a horrible teammate and don't come to practice. Don't do that. Okay? Now I'm pretty sure as many years Chris has played the game of football, I'm pretty sure. Okay, anybody that's a wide receiver wants the football. I get it. I understand it. But at the end of the day, as Herm Edwards said so many times, you play to win the game.
To win,
but not showing up to practice is not a way to perhaps get yourself re-involved in the offense, in the passing offense of the Packers. That's not the way to do it. It's not.
No, I mean they could actually fine him, not just suspend him. But the thing about it is, I think when you get suspended from the team, you lose your game checks anyway. So I hope that he is happy with what he was doing, because I think that's stupid. If you want to be more involved, then be there in practice and practice with your teammates, so that way you can show them that you're ready for the big time. Period. Not sit out.
Yeah. Because what is a rookie that's taking after you? What is that rookie going to think? No, I can just take my ball and I can just take my ball, pick it up, and go home. Really? That's what you want to do? Really?
It's a little, in my eyes, it's a little ridiculous on the way that they are looking at this thing. And to be quite honest with you, I think that they're in a situation right now where it should be all hands on deck. Jordan Love being out the way he was, they actually played decently. He comes back and they lose. They need the players. And I think that on Sunday, if I'm not mistaken, they're playing the Rams. We'll get into that. I think that they have a really good shot at beating the Rams, because the Rams are still in that situation where they still have a lot of injured players. So
yeah, they have no one to throw the ball to. Yes.
Yep.
All right. So moving on. Now this matchup is very intriguing. Of course, anything goes when it's a division game, but we got the Baltimore Ravens traveling to the jungle to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Ravens, King Henry ran some more last Sunday night against the Bills. The Bengals finally got on the board with the win. As we say, Cincinnati is a notorious slow starter, and they seem to pick it up. But I'm definitely going to ride that bull that is King Henry to the end. In this matchup, I do like the Ravens just by way of the strong run game of Derrick Henry. And I
would agree. I think that Cincinnati, after playing the Commodores, as you like to call them, showed that their run defense is not very good. So I think that I would say Henry's going to put up another 200 on them and score a couple of touchdowns. So this could be ugly.
All right. Mizzle's picks for this one. Hold on, folks.
He's got the Ravens.
I know he does. And TY also has the Ravens as well. So that's a clean sweep across the board. Ravens, quote the Ravens. Never Never more. All right, next up, Bills and Texans. A chance for Stephon Diggs to get revenge on his original, or it seemed they left the Bills. Bills got humbled. The Texans pulled one out of the hat. Um, but Mizzle is going to take the Bills over Houston. In Houston.
Interesting.
And speaking of Mr. On Assignment, Mizzle is joining us live via On Assignment as he is feeling mighty yeeted. As he is
I don't know if you could call that assignment. That looks like he's having a little bit too much fun.
well, he'll be on assignment as he is celebrating Little Big Brother's birthday. As Little Big Brother is a big Miami Hurricanes fan, and speaking of, there you see it, wearing the 2-6. There he is. He's feeling mighty heated right now, and he's probably as a kite, if you will. But
we're not there yet.
So
we're not there yet.
So Mizzle, we're on the Bills Texas game, and you picked the Bills over Houston. Why so?
I just think that Josh Allen might have a great game, and the Texans are still reeling from last week. I don't think they're going to put it together.
Interesting take. Very interesting take. Chris, who do you like between Orchard Park and Houston?
Well, I'd be lying if I said that I was going with Buffalo. I think Buffalo was reeling from last week, and I think that they showed the Ravens showed some holes that they have that I think that we're going to see get exploited in this game, and I think one of them is the run defense. But I also think that we've got a wide receiver with a huge chip on his shoulder in Diggs. So I'm sorry, I got to go with the Texans.
Okay.
Well, I will say this. Joe Mixon returns to the lineup, and I think he might play a huge battle. So Mizzle's going to be the lone wolf riding with the Orchard Park Bills. All right. Well.
Hey, Mizzle, by the way, our Florida State Seminoles just scored.
I just got the update, but they still down 10.
Yeah, they still down, and it doesn't look like it's going to be any better because they missed the 2-point conversion.
But here's some good news. The San Diego Fathers are up 5-3 on that damn team in blue.
That works for me. I'm happy about that.
Ah, damn it! The Yankees won. Damn it!
Who won?
The Yankees. They won 6-5.
Damn Yankees!
It's the Spankies.
Oh wait, this is the shuttle. Okay.
All right. So next matchup. Son is going home as the Colts make their yearly trip to Jacksonville to take on their dads, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Even though Joe Flacco will be starting, as who left a comment? Hold on.
Wait a minute, Joe Flacco, who's he playing for now?
The Colts.
I'm going with the Colts.
You know what, Nessa? Take your Frank Sinatra, New York, and go somewhere with that. Anyhow, you know what? Go Mets. They won today. Anyhow, Jaguars take on the Colts. Doesn't matter who plays quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts. They go to Jacksonville and they forget how to play football. Doesn't matter.
Every time.
Doesn't matter.
Every time.
Doesn't matter who's there. So
yep.
I'm going with the Jags because until the Colts can prove they can win in Jacksonville, which they haven't done in a very long time, I'm going Duval. And plus, Jaguars are wearing their original throwbacks tomorrow, so yeah, I'm going.
Wait, I picked the Colts, right?
Who did you pick?
You going with Jacksonville?
Until the Colts can prove they can win in Jacksonville, I'm not picking the Colts in Jacksonville.
Yeah, I got Joe Flacco winning that one.
When Jacksonville.
Yeah, I got Joe Flacco winning that.
So I'll be the lone wolf of picking the Jags.
Okay. Gonna be upset,
right?
No, and if they win, I will keep saying the Colts will keep calling the Jacksonville Jaguars daddy, just like you hope the Denver Elways keep calling your team that tomorrow. But Dolphins.
When Flack was leaving the field, holding on to Lawrence, patting him on his back like he's a kid, with a smile on his face because they just whooped that ass. We'll see.
Do we really have to pick this game?
The Chiefs.
Which game?
No, the Dolphins and Patriots.
Well, I'll pick the Patriots.
Yeah, I got the Patriots until the Dolphins can show me that they could actually play offense.
Yeah.
Because that game last
They both. If you love field goals, this might be the game for you, America.
Yeah, man, I'm telling
pretty much.
you, I might have to drop my field goal kicker and pick up one of theirs.
Right?
Well, Jason Sanders is on one of my fantasy teams. Oh, he just missed it. Okay, so we all like the Pats.
I think I'd have been all right with my shorts on.
Yeah, it's over 80 plus in the city. I know that.
I believe so. Yes. Okay. You know how often?
And who did he pick? He picked the Pats. All right. The Cleveland Browns on the road to Landover to take on the Landover Commanders.
Commies.
The Commies got the momentum going. I'm riding with Mr. Daniels.
Yeah, Jay Daniels is looking like he's ready.
Commies, I'm definitely not going up against that.
Yeah.
Especially with Cleveland. Might be another shootout, but I think the Commanders pull it out.
I'll be right back on, fellas. About to join on this bus. I'll be back.
All right. Be safe over there and have fun.
Yes, sir.
Be safe. Don't drink too much.
Too late.
As Mizzle is partaking in Berkeley, California, he's going to go watch the California Golden Bears take on the Miami Hurricanes, which, of course, that's coming up at 7:30 on ESPN. But I already know who he's picking for the next game because the Raiders have won 8 consecutive games against the Denver Broncos, even though I'm glad to see that the Broncos will be wearing the Orange Crush jerseys tomorrow at Mile High. But given the certain drama that's going on with Devontae Adams, I think the rest of the team will unite.
Well, my question mark is Crosby back?
Yeah, Crosby playing. He's not missing this game. He's not missing the Broncos.
Well, I mean, I don't know if he was on the injury report. I'm going to look it up real quick. But that was definitely something that was a hesitation to me, only because of what the Broncos were able to do to the Jets, which was very surprising.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but I don't know if you can win. I don't know if you can win back-to-back games throwing for 60 yards, though. I mean,
it's a good point.
But then again, the Broncos won a division with Tim Tebow as quarterback, so I mean, it's the NFL. Nothing's for sure.
Nothing's guaranteed, and I realize that, but I figured I'd just look at the injury report, see where they're at before I make my pick. Because I mean, it is a big thing. If it's one thing to be missing one of your offensive weapons, it's something totally different when you start talking about situations with your defense. And the Raiders have a pretty dang good defense. So, you kind of want to look at that and not just take it for what it's worth, but understand, okay, if they're missing key players, what that could wind up doing to them. So, and so some of these injury reports are long.
Yeah. They definitely are. And while we're at it, oh yes, the daughter coming in to say hello. Very lovely.
They're going to a movie. So.
Oh, what are they going to watch?
I'm sorry?
I said, what are they going to go watch?
Something that she follows online. They have a movie out. They're going to be. They're going to Skinwalker Ranch, and it's kind of like a docu-series that they're going to see, but it's kids that kind of follow the whole thing of the paranormal.
Oh, nice.
So they're going to check out the movie.
All right, just so you know,
limited practice. participation in practice, so he's probably going to play. I mean, he's only
Yeah,
questionable, not out.
he's playing. He's not missing the Broncos.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, folks, just as a reminder, teams on a bye this week. We got the Chargers, Lions, Eagles, and Titans all on a bye here in Week 5. So just
I am just so you know, I will take the Raiders in this game.
I'm making unanimous. Like I said, the Raiders have been the Broncos 8 straight times. I don't see it. I don't see that streak ending. I do like the Raiders to beat the Broncos. Speaking of the Packers and the Rams, Rams are at home against the Packers, as the Rams were beaten by the Bears. Go figure. Come back and beat my team, but can't beat the doggone Bears, who look hideous on offense. But Jordan Love played very, very well. But again, no Puka Nacua, no Cooper Kupp. And of course, I'm not going to be washing my mouth out again. I'm picking the Cheeseheads. Go Pack, go.
Well, this is interesting. Puka Nacua is not on the injury report.
Really? Interesting.
Cooper Kupp is with his ankle, and it says he did not participate, and they're showing that he's out. But Puka Nacua is not on the injury list at all.
Interesting.
So it looks like Nacua might be back for this game.
Very interesting. Well, I mean,
and the Packers have a long list of players that are injured and questionable, right down to doubtful.
Well, I just can't pick the Rams again. I'm sticking to my guns. I'm picking the Cheeseheads.
Yeah, I think in this one, I'm going to do the same. I just don't know that the Rams have enough to slow down the offense. I think that realistically, it'll be a shootout, if anything. And we saw what the Green Bay Packers were able to do against Minnesota last week.
I think this might be the game to where JJ might have his best game as a Packer. I think this might be a Josh Jacobs type of game for him against the Rams run game.
Yep. And the thing about it is Josh Jacobs is, because remember going into last week, he was on the injury report.
Correct.
But he is not this going into this game at all. So yeah, might be a really good game for him, and I think that we saw what what Detroit was able to do to the Rams defensively. So I think we might be seeing the same thing. The run game from the Packers might be way too much for these guys.
Even though with Stafford, you always still have a chance, but this might be too much. Mizzle likes. Hold on. I'm looking here. Looking. Dang it, Mizzle. I'm not liking you on all these Diddy memes right now. He also likes the Pack over the Rams. All right. Really no need to really pick on this game, but we're just going to do it anyway. Giants at Seahawks. Seahawks,
yeah. It's a given.
It is a
foregone conclusion.
Yeah.
Oh, and look, the Clemson Tigers were able to put up another 3 points, making it 23-13. 6 minutes to go in the game, and Florida State has the ball on their own 25.
Yikes. All right. Well,
that's your parents, dude. Seriously? Okay. Wow. All right. My bad. What's the next one?
My beloved 49ers playing in some very hot conditions. Now see, Jed York and Denise and John, this is why you should have put that stadium where Candlestick Park sits. Because your dumbasses put it right smack dab in the middle of the parking lot to where one side is completely doused in the sun, and guess what? It's dang near supposed to be almost 90 to 100 degrees in Santa Clara tomorrow. So don't be surprised if you see a lot of empty seats on the sideline of the Cardinals because the red seats plus the sun in Santa Clara equals hot, hot, hot.
Yeah, way too hot.
Idiots of how they constructed the stadium, but I digress. But the Cardinals playing the 49ers, and the Niners really should handle business. I mean, now, granted, yes, it is a division game, and anything can happen because there have been a few times where I've seen games where the Niners should have taken care of business against the Cardinals, and the Cardinals flat out punched them in the mouth, and the Niners didn't recover. Um, Considering the fact that the Niners will be on a short week because after the Cardinals, they will play on Thursday night in Seattle. And more than likely, that will be with first place on the line in the division. So if you're the Niners, you need to come out and, as we like to say, establish dominance. And if you have the chance to put them away early, do so you can get as much rest as you can playing on a short week in the Pacific Northwest. But obviously, we know who I'm picking. I don't have to say, I don't have to say it. But
Yeah, I'm looking at your injuries, man, and it's a long list.
they're piling. They're piling.
What's that?
I said they're piling, no question.
Yeah, and 2 of your defensive tackles are injured, but they were both full participants, and only one's questionable. Davis.
Yeah.
And
Davis and Yetur Gross Matos, he's on IR. Obviously, Fred Warner, he's questionable, but Fred Warner's playing. Like, you literally have to chop off his legs for him not to be playing in this game against the Cardinals.
who?
Huh?
Who did you say you'd have to chop off his leg?
I said Fred Warner, you have to chop off his leg for him not to play.
Oh, yeah. I see Flanagan, your other.
Flanagan Flowers, yeah.
Yeah, he's out with a calf injury.
Well, I mean, D Winners, here's your chance, buddy. Step up and show out. Mizzle, I believe, picked the Niners, which I'm pretty sure he washed his mouth out when he did that, and he did.
You know what? This is where I'm having problems. This is a flip of a coin to me because of your guys' injuries are so bad, and it kills me because I thought that did they put CMC on IR?
Yeah. So I mean,
Or did they? Because
no,
I
he's
don't
on
even see
IR.
him on the injury report.
Well, you got to be. He's on some kind of, he's on some kind of IR list. I don't. He's not on the pup.
Okay, that's interesting. So this is where I am going to kind of use this to try to get into a winning mode. I'm going to go with the Cardinals.
Oh, he's going to lone wolf it.
Yes, I'm going to lone wolf it. I'm going to go with the Cardinals. I probably shouldn't. I probably should go with your 49ers. I'm going with the Cardinals because who did the Cardinals play last week? I know they lost to
the Commanders, and the Commanders put up a 40-burger.
Yeah. You know what? Hold on 2 seconds. Let me see. I just want to see who I picked in my. So I like to keep everything. I make my picks on Tuesday, and then I try to keep them all the same, so that way there's no guessing. You know what? I picked the 49ers. I'm going to ride with the 49ers.
So he's not going to lone wolf it. Okay.
Yep. I ride with the 49ers. I'm going against my better judgment. Even when I was making my picks, I went against my better judgment with them. But anyway, let's see what happens.
All right, of course, in prime time, Chris's beloved Cowboys of Arlington taking on the Steelers, one of the great Super Bowl rivalries of all time. So, the Cowboys.
Yep, I got the Steelers.
You're picking the Steelers.
I am.
Oh, wow.
I am. I've got to, with all the injuries the Cowboys have, I mean, now you got Brandon Cooks out. You've got nobody really picking up for the slack when it comes to cornerback. Uh, who's rushing the quarterback? And this offense is lackluster when it comes to running the ball. So I'm just being real with my team until Jerry Jones pulls his head out of his ass and actually picks up a player or two that is going to make a difference. Yeah, I just can't. I'm sorry. You have nobody opposite CD Lamb. So you've got CD, you've got Ferguson, and that's it for offensive weapons. You have no running back to speak of. I don't care what they say. Oh, we've got a three-headed monster. Then you have none. Just like a quarterback. If you have three quarterbacks, you have none.
Correct.
This defense has looked good in games, or should I say, have looked okay in games. The first game they looked like world beaters. The next 3 games they look like absolute dog shit. And so, if you think that you're going to get better with having your 2 best defensive ends gone, yeah, that's not going to happen. So, yeah, I am definitely picking the Steelers on this game.
Well, Mizzle likes the Steelers. I just think this might be a big day for Najee Davis in the run game, to where they don't have to put the pressure on Fields to throw the ball. I like the Steelers as well. And Monday night, interesting matchup. The champs, or AKA the Swifties, taking on the New Orleans Saints in, I believe it's in Kansas City.
Yeah, it is.
It is, okay. Chiefs at home against Arrowhead. Spread is Chiefs -6. Total is 43.5, even though the fact that the Chiefs do not have Rashee Weiss. They don't have Michael Holman. Hollywood Brown is on the IR. Travis Kelce is not getting any love from Taylor Swift. And I guess the question is,
getting what?
Not getting any loving from Taylor Swift. And I don't know. It's like I really don't want to pick Chiefs games because, again, just the whole element of, do they have the reps in their pocket? And that's going to be the revolving question when it comes to that, because, again, you just don't know. And plus, again, it's just, does Mahomes have enough targets to throw to on offense? I mean, yeah, you got Kelce. Yes, you got Xavier Worthy. Can Juju do anything about it? We don't know. But, of course, in the case of the Saints, can their offense get back on track like they did the first 2 weeks? I don't know. Like, I really want to pick New Orleans. I do, but I just can't go against the Chiefs in Arrowhead. I just can't. So I am picking the Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm picking the Chiefs too. I can't see going a different direction, especially with the way they've been playing offense lately. Seems like Mahomes is a friggin' magician with what he does.
Yeah.
So, every time you think he doesn't have another play up his sleeve, guess what? He's got another play up his sleeve. So, yeah, I got to go with Mahomes and his boys. I can't call them the Swifties because I can't stand Taylor Swift. But that's
but that's what they are. They're the Swifties. That's who they are.
Well, I'll call them what I think they are, and that is the shitties. But anyway,
that works too.
I just sorry. I still think, and I won't get into politics, but I still think that if you are a actor or a famous individual by any stretch, keep your politics to yourself.
Well, Nancy and I think that that's a very great point that you just made, and just say no. More importantly, don't be the diddler, because that would not be good.
Don't be the diddler. Yeah, my wife's getting tired of my diddler jokes. In my diddler posts. I was like, yeah, you know what? I got a couple of other good ones that I had to post because they're just too damn funny.
Well, all I can tell you is Mizzle has been on a roll with his freaking diddler memes, for crying out loud.
Oh yeah, yes.
He has been on one. I'm just like, dude, put down your phone. Like, you're on restriction. Like, for real, for real.
Right. But you know what? When you have things that go on like that, it's one of those situations where I've got to say it, and that is the fact that sometimes people that do these types of things,
Mm-hmm.
and we don't know, we haven't heard all the stuff that's gone on behind the scenes, and we've made fun of it. We have, but the thing about it is, if kids are involved, I'm out. I'm out. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, if you are a pedophile, you know, I've heard people say it before, and I've got a cure for that too. It's called a wood chipper. So that's the way I look at. Yeah, I'm dead serious. If you hurt a
No, no,
child, I
no,
mean,
no. I
you
know
gotta
you
blow
are.
your dog.
I know you are, and I don't disagree with you. But I'm just that man. That ish hurts.
Yeah, wood chipper, feet first. Make sure you feel it.
Uh-uh.
hmm well, think about that. If you do something to a child, does a child have any recourse or capability to fight back? No, they have none. And if you're going to overpower a child and do crazy shit to children, then crazy shit should be done to you. And in Mexico, if you're caught as a pedophile, they have no problem taking you out back, putting one in your balls and one in your head.
Oh,
Plain and
no
simple.
question. No question.
So why should this be? Why should we be any different, except for the fact that in my eyes, and I don't want to get political. All I'm saying is this: you have Maxine, who is or Giselle, excuse me, who is Epstein's ex. We all know that she's been in jail for 3 years, and yet no names have come out. None. You got Diddy that gets arrested, and names are flying left and right, along with lists that are coming out of nowhere. And to me, everybody should be outed, because if we have people that are pedos that are in government or in the showbiz, they should be done. Period. Done. I don't care. I don't care how famous you are. I don't care how much friggin' money you have. It doesn't give you the right to do that type of shit. Period. And to make sure that you're never going to do it again, I don't want to take your word for it. So, like I said, wood chipper. You want to be a map? No problem. We'll spread you across the map. Fertilize the back nine. Anyway,
Fertilize
so
the
what
back
do we
line.
have? What's the other Monday night game? Since I went dark.
Well, actually, no. Actually, there's only one this time. It's not a doubleheader as it has been the past couple of weeks. It's just the one: Chiefs and Saints in Arrowhead. Mizzle, I'm pretty sure he washed his mouth out with this one. Also likes the Chefs. And
Well, uh-oh.
doggone Dodgers took the lead. That gummit.
Yeah, I don't care.
Oh,
I find it hard to watch baseball anymore.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's not for everybody. I get it.
I mean, I used to be a baseball fan and probably should be again, but the long season just leads into a long playoff season, or as I like to say, season part two. Um, it's like hockey and basketball. I just they're marathons and
Mm-hmm.
difficult to watch until near the end. So
Mm-hmm.
this is a season that I like to watch that stuff.
Got
And
it.
let's see. Oh look, Clemson scored again. Another 3 points. So unless this boy is going to take this back for a touchdown, which he is not on the kickoff, then with a minute 58 to go, I would say that this game is over. And the Seminoles down by 16. So anywho's how. What else do we have going on? Oh, Paul. Why does Dubs look like he pulled his penis out of what? Who is this dude?
Don't know. Don't know.
Yeah, well, dude, when you start posting stuff like that, that's a good way to get 86 from the show. Just letting you know.
Yeah. I mean, telling a joke here and there is fun, but I mean, you want to, you know,
Keep it above board.
yeah.
So right now, what'd you say our records were again?
Well, coming into this week, you were. Hold on.
I'm bringing up the rear, aren't I?
No. I mean, you're about 3.5 back, but now technically you are like 4 back because you earned yourself a win. So currently you're 34-29. I am 37-26. Mizzle is 38-25. So with your one win that you with the one win that you have, you're 34-29. So there you have it.
You know, I and these pick'ems, yeah, for our industry, I'm actually tied for second. So I'm hoping to have a decent Sunday and maybe take over first place. But you know, with all the games, all the seasons, or excuse me, all the weeks that are left in the season, should be interesting. So we'll go from there.
All right, Paul, whoever you are, don't come on this show trying to be disrespectful. Okay, we're talking about football. This is a sports show, and
Sorry, I was
if you want to
trying
talk
to.
about football, that's fine. But if you want to come on here being disrespectful, it's no place for you up in here like that.
Nope,
So
that's how you get 86, bruh.
no need for all that. Okay, there's one thing about telling jokes and being funny, and then there's just flat out being disrespectful. No need for all that.
Nope.
No need whatsoever.
He got his 5 minutes of fame. Now it's time to let him go. Anyway, so closing this out, we've got next Thursday. We've got your Niners going up against the Seahawks,
Against
right?
the Seahawks, yeah, that is a big matchup in the NFC West. This is why I'm saying that the Niners have got to come out, take care of business um,
Against Arizona.
against
Because
Arizona
if
because
they don't take care of business against Arizona, that could put them 2 games back.
well, if you're looking at the standings in the NFC West, obviously right now you got Seattle at 3-1, the Niners right there at 2-2. If I can find the standings, come on now, standings come to me. There we go. All right. So looking at the NFC West, Seahawks 3-1, Niners 2-2. So big game. So there you have it. Seahawks obviously should take care of business against the Giants at home, considering the Giants cannot find the end zone. Like I said, Niners have got to take advantage of playing the Cardinals. But like I said, the Cardinals have been known from time to time to punch the Niners in the mouth. So they have to take care of business. So it remains to be seen. But at the end of the way, you got to win the game because that's just what it is. But I mean, we'll see. So I mean, if you're looking at it in the NFC wise, right now you got the Vikings obviously 4-0. Then you got Lions, Commanders at 3-1, along with the Seahawks. Then you got the Cowboys, Eagles, Packers, Bears, Saints, Niners at 2-2, and you got of course the Buccaneers and the Falcons at 3-2. So there you go. So with that said, any final thoughts, sir, before we put a bow and wrap on episode 7?
Oh man, I think that overall, these games are we're gonna start getting into a situation where teams are gonna start panicking, and then you're gonna start having sell-offs. And I know that we're taking another week, I think it is, that you could go deeper into trades. So I think that we're gonna see some movement before the trade deadline. And I think that when these start to hit, it'll be interesting to see what moves are actually made. I think that there's going to be some sales going on. I think that Devontae Adams is only one of the wide receivers that we'll see on the trade block. I think that Amari Cooper is on the trade block, whether they want to admit it or not. And I think that if Cleveland loses Sunday, we could wind up seeing a little bit of a sell off there. But I mean, we'll see what happens. I think that come the probably by about the 7th or 8th game, we'll see what goes on with most of these guys. But I think that's where we're at with it. I think that it's going to be an interesting next couple of weeks to see where teams really pull things out.
Fair point, fair analogy. I'm interested to see what's going to happen with some of these matchups. I'm really wanting to see if this is do or die for the Jets because they really need this win against the Vikings. Can the Vikings remain undefeated? That remains to be seen. Can Sam Darnold go to 5-0? Can he do it against his former team? Where will Devontae Adams go? That remains to be seen. Can the Steelers pull off a win against the Cowboys? Can also will Stephon Diggs show off against his former team, the Bills? A lot of interesting things going on here in this week. Will the Ravens continue to utilize and use Derrick Henry the way they know how to get a big win? Can the Commanders keep their momentum with the start to their season? Can the Bears get over 500? That's an interesting thing. Can the Packers get back on track and get a win against the Rams? And of course, I mean, normally when these two get together, even despite the fact that your team is battling injuries, the Cowboys and Steelers always just find to have very good, entertaining football. So, I mean,
well, and I think that in that situation with the Cowboys, I think one of the things that I look at is most teams when they think they're close, they'll pull the trigger on a couple of moves to really get their teams better. And I'm tired of Jerry Jones telling the public and everyone that'll listen, "Oh, we don't have the money for this or that." You got $24 million under the salary cap right now. Next year, even with Dak's contract and CD Lamb's contract, you can make 3 moves and be $100 million under the salary cap for next season. So you tell me what you can and can't do. Had a little spat again with some people that they claim are Cowboys fans, which I laugh at because they're like, "Oh, well, Jerry Jones isn't too cheap. Name just one player that he wouldn't sign because he said he didn't have the money," and I gave him 6. So, bottom line is, they're obviously my team, but I can't continue to support my team until they start to show that they're willing to make moves to make the team's roster better. Period.
well, a very interesting take. And apparently, somebody thinks that you're on the juice.
Like I give 2 shits what Paul thinks.
This is true.
Trolls don't mean nothing to me. All they mean is I wish it would be a laugh. I wish he'd say something funny or smart, but nothing that he wrote.
There was like the one time when we were in the studio where they said our heads looked like dildos. That was pretty funny.
That was pretty funny. I mean, at least I got a giggle out of that. But I mean, Chris is angry because he's probably on the juice. That's kind of stupid, really. And what he said about juice, even dumber. So it just proves that you get onto a podcast and you say things in the chat room to try to drum up something, and the only thing that Paul has really drummed up is to show us how stupid he really is. But
Whew.
I would say thank you for the funny comments, but they're not even funny. So it is what it is.
Well, just a reminder, boys and girls, yes, this show is called Talking Ish, but like again, we're talking about football. We're not coming on here disrespecting people and making references to genitalia with our heads. So, like I said, we're all about having fun, cracking jokes and whatnot, but if you want to
I
talk
wish I
ish
could
about
turn
football,
red and yell, "I'm not on the juice." Plus, if I was, I think I'd be bigger.
otherwise, you keep making stupid comments, will get you this. Like, really?
I could say something back in the comments, but I'll leave it alone.
But
But
nonetheless,
nonetheless,
we will say thank you for those hanging out with us. Thanks to Will Franklin for hopping in and talking about, man, we're making him lose money or whatnot. Thank you to Mizzle for chiming in real quick and talking a little bit of football while he was out there celebrating Little Big Brother's birth month of October. And thanks to all of you for watching. So we will see you either next Thursday or next Saturday, depending on our other co-host's schedule. But that's here nor there. But nonetheless, tomorrow, folks, wherever you are watching Week 5, enjoy it, have fun, be safe, don't drink and drive. And we're just
if you
three
drink
guys.
Uber,
That too. But nonetheless, folks, we're just three guys. Just straight up talking. We appreciate y'all for coming in and hanging out with us in this episode of Definition Up with Mizzle. And as always, it is 12 o'clock. Come down there. One knows who's on assignment in Berkeley or Bears. For Chris and Batman. I'm Double A saying thank you for watching, and we're just you guys talking some ish.
Asta.